Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Swedish Embedded TV Live, streaming live at swedishembedded.com/live. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, you're watching a replay, so go to swedishembedded.com/live and subscribe so you get notified when I'm gonna stream the next episode. Today we have a lot to cover. I have several news stories for you, and I also have I'm gonna show you how to generate pictures using a neural network. So I did a little experiment. I generated a photo of myself by a neural network, and it looks like this. Like, it's really weird. Like, it's so weird. And I also made the neural network draw my dog. It's actually quite cool. I mean, if you have a lot of iterations, it actually becomes kind of like art. But I'm going to show you how to do this, and we're gonna dive into the source code, the actual source code of this application that does this. And this also relates to another video that I did before where I showed you the AC/DC song that was generated by a neural network. I'm going to show you, I think it's the same application that is used for that service that generated that song. So let's get right into it. And the first story today is that Microsoft is finally admitting that they are for open source. By the way, do you know who this guy is? This guy is here to tell you that you're stupid. We're all stupid. We're all idiots. And this guy is here to remind you of that. So Microsoft is finally admitting that they were wrong about Linux. Like, oh yeah, come on, like 20 years later. But now Microsoft seems to really like Linux and really embrace Linux in pretty much like everywhere. Actually, I think it was Steve Ballmer that didn't like Linux because he was the one who called Linux a cancer that attaches itself to intellectual property. And it attaches itself to everything it touches. But 25 years later, we are kind of all positive about Linux, and we kind of realize that, you know, Linux is the way to go. And GPL is the way to distribute source code to the public, because it's the only license that makes that really takes into account all the different It really makes sure that the code remains free, and free in the sense that it can that it remains in the free space of the public. And I think like one of the things that's really unfortunate about GPL is that the word free is kind of has double meaning. So people interpret it as free in terms of like you're not paying for it, but in reality from the beginning it was meant to be free as in freedom. And GPL is the only license that really takes care of the freedom of the code. But we can talk about that in a different video if I ever do a video on GPL. Today we're going to continue with the next news story, and we have the Bitcoin battle to 10K. Bitcoin is on its way towards 10K, and right now at $9,656, and I think it's looking really positive. Bitcoin has definitely been going up during the pandemic, and people are realizing that we're headed towards a recession, and that as the Fed is printing money, like literally printing money. There was another video where they actually say that they're actually printing money, but digitally. So they basically add digits and just pumping money out in the economy. People actually realize that, things like Bitcoin, they have a finite supply. You can't really generate more Bitcoins. You can mine them, but there's a finite supply anyway. And so it's not really possible to do that with Bitcoin. And because of that, Bitcoin is really, really, really kind of gaining speed right now. It could very well be that in terms of like price, trading price, it maybe is going to fluctuate. It's probably going to fluctuate a lot, but we are seeing a lot of trends that are taking the cryptocurrency into more, making it more accepted, and especially when Visa now filed for patent on the digital crypto dollar. They are really taking it seriously now. And I think it's very similar to how Microsoft didn't like Linux in the beginning, and now Microsoft is kind of embracing Linux. And the same thing is happening to cryptocurrencies, when in the beginning, governments and institutions, they didn't really like cryptocurrency, and now they are kind of starting to embrace it. So very positive developments on the cryptocurrency side. it's looking really positive. We'll see how it goes. Now, next story that we have, we're actually going to go to the Russian troll network, which is right here. You probably recognize this name. I find that I've always found that they kind of have interesting points of view on certain things, and I really like this network. So I go there and I read news from that network as well. I read news from all kinds of places. So I think it's really funny what Elon Musk is doing right now. I mean, I have myself kind of been getting rid of coffee because I watched the Alex Becker video where the most woke Alex Becker is kind of describing what it was like to quit coffee, and I've been drinking coffee for many years every single day, and I quit coffee for 2 weeks, and today I had coffee and I'm not feeling very good. I feel a little bit shaky and I don't really like it. So I'm quite likely to completely drop coffee in tomorrow. I'm not gonna drink coffee anymore, so I'm gonna just leave it out because it was really nice for 2 weeks. I wasn't really I was feeling happy. I wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling caffeinated basically. But it's interesting how Elon Musk is kind of also going into this woke thing, but it's kind of getting a little bit more bizarre with Elon Musk because calling his baby, I can't even pronounce that name, like the name that he gave to his baby is like X something. I don't know. Maybe it was AI that generated that name. Who knows? But this kind of gets really funny because Elon Musk has told everybody to take the red pill, and this comment is actually from Matrix, and so one of the co-creators of Matrix just goes, "Fuck both of you," because apparently she doesn't like anybody who doesn't have leftist views, presumably. So there was a little bit of a heated up discussion on Twitter regarding the red pill, but Elon Musk has been doing a lot of different headlines, and especially the Joe Rogan thing was really funny, and the baby name. I mean, seriously, like XAAA12. That is like going a bit too far. But I mean, if you're Elon Musk's baby, you gotta have a name that is unique, right? Let's go farther. We have these things that look like a pair of something you put on your dick or something. I mean, like, seriously. Let's go to the next one, and this one is interesting because we have kind of similar things that have been going on during the Second World War, because apparently now they're claiming that they can identify whether people have criminal tendencies based on their face. So it's kind of like they were measuring the skulls during the Second World War and determining whether people were of a good race or bad race. So it's a little bit alarming. Yeah, sure, maybe there are certain characteristics in the face, but I mean, can we really rely on that? I don't know. It's kind of fishy. And by the way, phrenology is a study. I looked it up really quickly, and it's it's a study. It's a discipline that says that the brain consists of 27 different organs. So go figure. Anyway, let's go to the next story, and this story is about Judy Mikovits, and it's kind of fascinating how anything that gets banned by any kind of large media outlet, because she was kind of banned from YouTube, from Facebook, from all the media outlets, and it's really when that happens, that is the best thing that can ever happen to anybody, because for some reason people really kind of interpret that as a signal that somebody must be right, and that the media tries to hide something, which of course doesn't have to be the case. It could be the case, but it doesn't have to be the case. But nonetheless, the interest really rises. I mean, it's like the interest goes through the roof. She was, I've never even heard of her before, but now after the interview that was banned, like, she's everywhere. So it's quite fascinating that I mean, like, it's really weird how the media tries to. It's kind of like, are they really thinking, or are they kind of being like this little guy here, and just banning somebody for because they don't agree with the views, and then that kind of has the opposite effect from what they were presumably trying to achieve, but we'll never know. And now let's go into the fun part. So now we're going to go into a software package which is called the Darknet, and this is probably the only neural network package that actually compiles in about 15 seconds, because it's all C code and it has no dependencies, and it's like you just type make and it compiles in 15 seconds, and it's like it's really small, and it can do a lot of things. So if you go to their website, it's like PJ Ready. Can you see that? Yeah, PJ Ready /Darknet, and they have a lot of tutorials here. Like, you can go to Darknet. Publications, projects, installing Darknet, Nightmare. So the fun things is that, for example, this Nightmare mode, it basically takes it trains a network, and then it feeds tries to get the image back from the network, and the network comes up with different images that look similar to the image that was fed into it, on which it was training, but they can look really weird, and they have these colors and animals and all kinds of things. So it's really cool, and it's like you can generate stuff like this. So you just go, and it's like you can zoom in, and it's just an endless loop. So it's really fascinating, and this is produced by this VGG16 dataset, which is a large dataset that they were training for object recognition, and when you feed the network backwards, you kind of get images like this, and all of the source code is available. There's also RNNs in Darknet, which can be used for generating text. I mean, we can actually try to generate some text. I wonder where I have the terminal. Let me just check here. Maybe we can generate some text. Can I generate some text? That would actually be fun. Let's see what we can come up with. So we can go to TMP Darknet, if you download the source code on the GitHub, PG Ready Darknet, you can actually play with it yourself. But there's one thing that I want to mention, and it's related to a little bug that I found. So if you compile without GPU support, you actually have in this RNN file, so if you go to RNN over here, so the version that doesn't use the GPU, it has some weird shit here. Like, it's this is complete weird shit, because this just adds to the state variable the size of the state variable. So this actually is the size of the state variable. So what happens here is that you're basically writing outside of the buffer. So I don't get this. What is this code doing here? Basically, remove this code in the method of forward RNN layer and replace it with similar code that they have here in the forward RNN layer GPU, but you just instead of GPU use CPU. So it's you basically remove all the lines except this. You just leave this fill CPU and remove everything else here, because this is just bullshit. It's broken code, and then it won't crash. It won't actually segfault if you do that. So that's where you can get the source code, and let's play a little bit with it. Like, let's get some. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we should take the cant. Let's see if we can do this. Maybe we can do this. Generate. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like this, and I have a little text that I'm actually printing out there. So let's see if this works. I should probably remove my debug printing. Let's see if I can do this quickly. So this is going to be quite boring. RNN, was it RNN layer? Layer? Oh. Oh, that was in CRC network, so let's see. CRC network C, and let's just do layer. Let's comment this out. And now just make, and let's see if we can get some text out of it. I was not able to make it train on text because it takes like ridiculous amount of time, and it's just okay. So that just exited for some reason. But the image generation actually works. Like this RNN stuff, it's a little bit broken. I don't know why. I don't know what is going on here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe we can try something else. Maybe we can try the other one. Let me just check this. I'm gonna do like this. Okay, let's see. This is really not a topic for a newscast, but let's just do like this. I'm just gonna remove that. See if this prints out anything. Let's see. This would be so much fun to just do this. Oh well, it's not really working. Oh, now it's generated some text! Yay! Awesome. So so basically, we have a text here that reads like this. So this is generated by the neural network, and it reads like this. So thus, the latter is different from representation of this pleasure is estranged for the purpose of limits to its interests, and assumes that all the consideration A alone. Can we arrive at varianty to rest upon the commonest understanding for what has been done? So basically, the way it works is that it actually takes just one character. And in this case, for example, we specify the seed to be thus. We can specify something else, like we can specify Einstein. And see what it generates when we specify Einstein. But basically what it does is that it feeds one character into the network, and it gets the next character, and then it feeds that character back as an input to the network, and so it generates text as like one character at a time. And it's actually really cool because it actually generates words, and it actually generates like sentences, even though the sentences completely don't make any sense, they're still valid words, and that's really the cool part. And you can train this on any on any text. So actually what I was trying to do, I was trying to train it on Motorhead text. Like I had a bunch of lyrics that is put into this file, and I tried to train that, but it just doesn't finish. It gets killed by the operating system because it consumes too much memory, and I don't want to enable swap on my computer because I don't like having swap enabled. But it takes 10 gigabytes of memory, and it takes like ridiculous amount of time unless you're running it on GPU. So when I run it on my laptop, it takes ridiculous amount of time. Maybe you can try it and actually generate the weights file and then send the comment to it. So I can put it in another stream. But basically, the way you do it is in the end here. You can see the instructions for training it for a based on a data file, and then stuff like this happens. So now we have seeded it with Einstein. So let's read what it generated. Einstein of the answer is a thing to which it exists in the spring of highest examination. I mean, it kind of seems to understand that Einstein was a scientist and that he was teaching at the university. So like examination kind of makes sense there, but it's like it doesn't make any sense, but it's still cool, right? I mean, it's real words. So the conception of pure thought, insofar as they are empirical whole cases, and then it actually starts a parenthesis, be autocraneable, while we must assume another parenthesis or apprentice, and then close parenthesis. And it doesn't close the last parenthesis though, but it closed one parenthesis. And so, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of other modules here. So they have a lot of examples in the examples library, where you could find like different types of classifiers. This is the RNN. This is the RNN stuff that I just tested. Yeah, so pretty simple source code, just a handful of files, doesn't require any dependencies, and very portable as well. So that's a big benefit of this. This is very portable. So quite interesting project. And then I tried generating different images. So this is the image of Trump that the neural network generated. And it likes to do things that go like in spirals for some reason. And then this is an image of me, and this is an image of my dog, and this is another image of my dog, and that's it for today. And one more announcement that I want to make is that I have put together my website now with the first course, and you can go to academy.swedishandbetter.com and enroll into my courses. I'm going to be making all courses free until they're done. So when I'm working on a course, it's going to be free. You can join the free plan, and you can let's see here, I would have to log out to show you the plans, but if you go to academy.swedishandbetter.com, you can join with the free plan, and you will have access to whatever course I'm working on right now. So right now I'm working on multi-threading course, and you can enroll into the course, and you will have full access to the course while I'm making it. And then when I'm done making it, then it's going to be then I'm going to take it away from the free plan and put it on a paid plan. But while I'm making it, you can have this limited opportunity to actually take part in the course and do the course while I'm making it. So go to academy.swedishandbetter.com and sign up for the Academy, basically. So that's it for today. I very much like that there was like, I think there was yeah, there were a couple of viewers here on Twitch as well, and I'm broadcasting live at swedishandbetter.com/live, so you can go there and you can subscribe so I can notify you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.